Limits Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review. Man, I've got a beer I've been waiting to get into. Came to me from one of my good buddies, good friend, from Larry. That is Larmo22 or Larmo22. That's his YouTube channel, Larmo 22. You should check out his channel. Larry's a fantastic brewer, a heck of a nice guy. I just don't know anyone that doesn't just love Larry. What he sent me? He sent me one that's so interesting. Here it is. It's from O'Connor Brewing Company out of Norfolk, Virginia. That's his hometown. It is the Ibrik. Now that's how I'm pronouncing Ibrik. It's an Imperial Turkish coffee stout. Does that not sound fabulous? It does to me. I gotta read this to you. It's an Imperial Stout named for the special pots used in the production of Turkish coffee. The use of freshly ground cardamom and Ceylon, C-E-Y-L-O-N, I'm not familiar with that, cinnamon, special type of cinnamon, draw further inspiration from Turkish coffee and create subtle spice notes that entwine with the rich characters of this beer. Cheers. And there's a lot more about the type of coffee on it too, and the roasters, but it just sounds like a fun stout to me. I've actually had Turkish coffee. I did travel abroad and was in Israel and Jordan. So I'm really looking forward to trying this one. I'm gonna get it cracked open. It's black. What can I tell you? It's just black. We've got a one finger head. It's just an off color this, just a light khaki to it. Let's go ahead and get the nose. Wow, that is rich. Oh, Christian should have been here. He was gonna come tonight. He's missing out because I'm getting immediately like coffee, and I'm getting like this deep roast, and I immediately got the light cinnamon, but a little bit more almost on the cardamom side. It smells with there's a bit of vanilla on it. It seems like it's creamy. There's like a hint of coffee on there too. There's kind of a richness, almost like a tobacco, like a pipe tobacco. But there's a nice sweetness on the back side. You really get that sweetness that's blending in with the cardamom and the cinnamon on it. We got Indiana Jones playing in the background, a classic, and we're gonna go for a beer with a classic old age coffee, Turkish coffee. I'm diving in, cheers. Oh wow. Oh, that's different. I can tell this is gonna change a lot as it warms. There's a little bit of I'll start with the back. There's a little bit of a bitter bite, but it's not, it's coming from a bit of the coffee and just a dark roast. It's just a very dark roast, but you get that, sometimes cardamom can have that effect, you know, so you get a little bit of that spice to it. The flavors, you get the coffee. It's kind of more like coffee grounds is the best description. And Turkish coffee, for those that don't know, I mean, properly made, pours out like oil. It's just an ooze. It's in a little tiny glass. And I'm sure you get a heck of a caffeine kick off of it. It's been years since I've had it. Very distinct Turkish coffee flavor, which is this, when you drink, it's almost oily and I don't know, hard to describe. It's just a thick, rich product. And I do get those flavors in it. But I get some roasted malts coming through. Like I say, you get the cardamom. You get a little bit of the cinnamon, a little more of the cardamom on that. You get this, again, that tobacco, like a pipe tobacco kind of a flavor going on. It's kind of it's a medium body. And there's some light vanilla on this as well, which is very nice. You get just a little bit of some dark chocolate going on with it too. You could almost describe that bitterness as almost like a dark char, you know, a roasty char type flavors, a little bit of smokiness to it. It's really fun. It's very different. I'm gonna let this warm up a bit. I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'll come back with some conclusions and numbers. I'm back. This is warming up really nice. The mouth feels improved, of course, as it's warmed up. Have all these flavors kind of come out a little bit differently. The cardamom is pretty consistently there. It's a little fuller mouthfeel. It's more creamy. I think the coffee roast is more distinct as it's warmed up. It's just a moderate sweetness, which is very interesting. And I think a lot of that has to do with this Turkish coffee. I mean, these Peruvian style coffees are very different. If I didn't mention, this is 10% ABV, so it's a pretty good octane, and it's 60 IBUs. So there is a lot of bitterness put into it too from hops, but the effect of the cinnamon, the cardamom on this, really nice. I would guess there might be some chocolate malts in the makeup of this as well. They may have used some vanilla in this. It's a very fun, a very unique beer in terms of coffee beers. The balance is quite different from many that you've had before, and a lot of that has to do with that Turkish coffee. So in terms of rating, it's an Imperial Stout. I enjoy cardamom and cinnamon in some of these beers. They don't rank my highest, in terms of these styles, but they're very good. I'm kind of digging on this one though. This is fun. It's unique, but you'd have to understand Turkish coffee, and you'd have to appreciate it too. So for me, I'm going to go with a 90 in terms of Imperial Stouts. Overall though, because I like this unique balance, I like these unique spices and how they've blended them and how they've mixed all of this with this very fun coffee. I'm going to go a tad higher. I'm just really digging on it. I'm not going to go a lot higher, but I'm going to go with a 91. The bitterness, you know me, I like my sweet, but the bitterness I think is balanced out well. I think it's just, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's a fun one for sure. Here it is again, it is Ibrik. It is an Imperial Turkish coffee stout. This is a unique one for sure. I think this one's worth trying out. If you're in the Virginia area and you can get your hands on this, I would definitely do it. This is from O'Connor Brewing Company out of Norfolk, Virginia. Now, if you're back there, they call it Norfolk, something like that. Anyway, this is Kevin at Clemson, and we're saying life is too short to drink cheap beer, and I will see you in the next beer review.